Attorney Alexis Rosenberg. Nice to see you on this Friday. Thanks for being with us. I was in court. He was very calculated, very cold, almost very robotic. It was very strange in court. And you know, a lot of people in the community there in Boise and across the nation, quite frankly, they're outraged that the death penalty is off the table with this plea deal. They're also outraged that we still have a lot of questions. We have questions about the motive. Where's the weapon? Was Maddie the target? What else do we not know? Is this his first offense? Are you surprised that they're made publicly, at least, no part of the deal where he has to give an explanation like we have seen with other serial killers, mass murderers, in a form of allocution?
Well, Matt, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm not so surprised about that, no. And also, remember, we had the gag order as well. I do understand how some of the family members are very upset, along with the community, that the death penalty was taken off the table. But now that the gag order is released, even though we're not getting necessarily right now all the documents, it's going to, I think, enable us to get some of those answers, but truly, are we ever going to know the motive? Because this is the actions of basically a madman.
They feel stuck, and, you know, quite frankly, Steve chose not to go inside for the change of plea hearing. He was upset. His family might not be there, Kaylee's family, for, you know, where they have the opportunity to make the victim impact statements. We know Ethan's family planned to hold a memorial vigil. They might not be there. So in their place, what are you expecting? Can the prosecutors read a statement on their behalf as a family? Can someone else step in? What are you expecting to see next week?
First of all, it's unusual that the government, the prosecutors, wouldn't have had some sort of conversation with the victims. Usually there is some conversation about what they want that happens, but he's saying it didn't. And, you know, they can write a statement. They can have it read by a particular person if they wish. They can decide not to make a victim statement as well. It's really the opportunity for the victims to be heard, but if they choose that they don't want to be heard, it's not necessary, required. There's no pressure on their part to make that. It's just their opportunity to be heard.
You know exactly what I'm going to talk about right here. Not the fact that they watch court TV, but the fact that, you know, we don't always see this, the haggling over what the victim's family is going to say. So apparently they had to submit it in writing before they make the statement in open court. A lot of times they just walk to the podium and just speak from the heart.
I think what is different here than what you're referring to, Matt, is the fact that this is the death penalty sentencing phase, and the jury is going to make a determination as to whether he's going to be sentenced to life or sentenced to death. And so the judge is being cautious as to what is being said, that might somehow taint that process. And that's why we're going through this. Normally, we don't have this phase at a sentencing if you don't have death penalty on the table.
Great point, great point. And you're there in the state of Florida. So on the other end, he with his attorneys, you know, they are death certified. They are preparing what they may say before the jury, before they go in the back room. Do you think that he'll make a statement?
You know, you never know whether the defendant is going to make a statement or not. I mean, at this point, his life is on the line, so he may choose to make a statement. But I mean, if you want me to throw out my prediction,
yes,
I'm not so sure he is.
Yeah, I always want your predictions. You are one of the smartest people in the business. Well, I really appreciate you being on the show today, and I hope that you have a great weekend.